Good evening, everybody. Our August 14, 2023 meeting is called to order. We'll have invocation, and then we'll have Pledge of Allegiance. Get Councilman PT. Did I get you the last time to do it?
That's fine.
Okay, get Councilman PT to do that. Let us stand for invocation and then pledge. Let's pray. Father God, we gather here today under your care and protection. Thank you for your loving kindness that never fails us. We thank you for those with us, that you will guide our thoughts and actions to bring you glory. I'm reminded tonight of the scripture in Hebrews that says, not forsaking our own assembling together, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day draw near. Lord, even as we are able to assemble here to handle some matters concerning this, our city, we remember the hurt felt all over this country. We pray a special prayer for our brother and sister Americans on the island of Hawaii who are dealing with the sudden and devastating loss of land, and more importantly, the loss of life. Allow the federal and state government to work hand in hand to respond to the needs of our fellow citizens in a timely manner. Lastly, I pray that employees of the city, residents in the city, and visitors who come to the city will be wise as we are facing a heat wave not seen in our lifetimes. These blessings we ask in your most holy name. Amen.
Amen. Join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thanks for that, Councilman PT. Let me, before we get to the next item on the agenda, just as we typically do, we want to ask everybody to silence their cell phones during this meeting. Go ahead and do that now, please. The City Council encourages public participation. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. However, this time limit may be reduced if there are numerous speakers on a particular item. To ensure efficient proceedings, all persons addressing the City Council shall state their name and shall speak in a civil and courteous manner. Speakers shall address the agenda topic only to which they are speaking on and shall not be repetitive. Members of the audience, please respect the rights of others and refrain from creating noise or other disturbances so as to disrupt or disturb persons who are addressing the City Council, council members who are speaking or otherwise impede the orderly conduct of the meeting. I thank you for adhering to these instructions. The next item on the agenda is reading and approval of the minutes from our previous meeting on July 24th.
Mayor, I make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of July 24th and they be approved.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded to dispense with the reading of the minutes and to approve them as they have been recorded. Any comments about this particular motion? Seeing none, Mrs. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
That motion carries. All right, next item is one for special recognition. It's brought to us by Councilman Harrington of District 1, and we're going to allow him to have any comments he wants to have, but also to share what is printed.
We have a special recognition for Mr. Harvey Polk, and it states, thank you for your efforts and dedication in keeping our community litter-free and for your achievements. We hereby present you with this certificate. And Mr. Polk, you may see him throughout town, maybe not on days where it's 150 degrees outside, but Mr. Polk, I'll watch him walk all around town and just a smile on his face. He always looks blissful and happy, and I could be having a really rough day and driving to the house, and I'll see Mr. Polk just out there having a good time, looks like, just smiling, like I said, across his face, and everywhere he goes, picking up the trash, keeping the streets clean, all on his own. He's not a city employee, he's just doing it, and it seems happy to do it, and it always puts a smile on my face. And we want to say thank you for that, and thank you for help keep Natchitoches clean. And we appreciate that.
Need more people like you, Mr.
Yeah.
Polk.
Yeah, I
Sid,
echo.
pick it up.
I echo those remarks. Mr. Polk, again, thank you. I agree with what Councilman Harrington has stated here tonight. Do you have any remarks you'd like to share with us? Well, if you don't mind coming to the microphone, and what we typically have you do, just for the audience and the record, state your first and last name.
I'm going to bring a big, long speech, but
Okay, it's all good. Just state your first and last and then get started.
yeah, it's a beautiful town, and I want to try to, do my best to make it better. And I was telling people that stop me on the street sometimes, I really appreciate you doing this, blah, 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 and I say, well, I had 3 years of government training. I was picking up cigarette butts in the Army for 3 years. It gave me a pretty good start. But then as I, in Oklahoma there, where I lived previously, I was a scoutmaster for 18 years, and we try to be a representative for the boys to leave the place in a better than what we found it. That's one of the things we try to live by and be an example for them. So anyway, it's a joy and a thing. Thank you so much for the recognition.
Well, we noticed, and we wanted you to know we noticed.
Hey, we'll get a picture.
Thank
Councilman
you.
Harrington and I get a picture with you, Mr. Polk, right up here, okay? Hey, look, I love it. That's awesome.
Congratulations, Harvey.
Okay, thanks a lot, Mr. Polk, for that. All right, moving on to a couple of planning and zoning pieces that we've got. This first one read by Councilwoman Washington Eli.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 044 of 2023, or ordinance amending the ordinance of number 64, 2001 by changing the zoning classification of the property described as following. Lot 62 feet front east side, Washington Street, east by Cane River Lake, north by Pullman, and south by Brown, 911 Washington Street. Whereas the Planning Commission of the City of Natchitoches, Louisiana has recommended at the meeting of August 8, 2023, that the application of Zachary Investment to be rezoned by the property described from R1 residential to R1 residential with a special extension for short-term rental to be approved. And I move to adopt ordinance number 044 of 2023.
Second. Motion made and seconded to adopt. I'm sorry, this is introduction, y'all. But thank you nonetheless for reading. So no motion needed tonight, no action taken on it tonight. Chantrell, I believe this was before the planning and zoning recently. Any comment there?
No comments. There's no one to come out against the application. If you're not aware where this location is, it's actually in between two bed and breakfasts, and then across the street, there's one that's owned by Kathy Richmond. So it's in an area with nothing but commercial, so we didn't have any objections to this at all.
Okay. Council, you got any comments, questions here? All right. Again, there's no action taken on this tonight, but on the 28th, there will be, and obviously at that time, we'll allow any public comment if they happen to be that particular night. But again, any question happens to come, Chantrell is accessible. I think everybody understands and knows that. All right, this next planning and zoning, that's again just for introduction tonight, it's read by Councilman Nielsen.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 45 of 2023 is an ordinance amending ordinance number 64 of 2001 by changing zoning classification of property described as follows. Lot East 2nd Street, north by Cappy, south by Church, whereas the Planning Commission of the City of Natchitoches, State of Louisiana, has recommended at their meeting of August 8, 2023, that the application of First United Methodist Church to rezone the property described above from R1 residential to R1 residential with a special exception to operate a business office for the church be approved. And this is for introduction. And I
Base, yeah, to
believe we
change it
have-
from a residential to an office, right? Is that what we're doing? Chandra?
It's still gonna be residential, but it's for a church. So they
Okay.
won't actually have the same traffic as any retail or normal commercial activity. It's just a regular business office where they conduct their church business.
Mr. Maines, I think you're here for this piece. Anything extra? Did Chantrell pretty much hit it on the head? Okay. Yep, so it's gonna be residential. The church is gonna operate it as an office. Council, you got any comments, questions about this? All right, again, this is just an introduction as the first one, and so if something happens to come up in the next 2 weeks, please reach out, let us know, okay? All righty. All right. Okay, now we've got, moving on, Steve, we've got the next 4 agenda items are for final, so there will be action taken on them. So the first one is read by our Councilwoman at Large, Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. This is ordinance number 040, mobile device policy, and this was introduced on, at the July 24th meeting, so I'll just read in title. It's an ordinance adopting a policy regarding the use of mobile devices and to amend and reenact the personnel policies manual of the City of Natchitoches to amend a section entitled Mobile Device Policy, providing for advertising, further providing for severability, and further providing for repealer and effective date of ordinance. And I move for adoption of ordinance number 040.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to adopt this. I think Ed explained, this is one of our meetings from last meeting to this one. We've got about a 3-week gap. Typically, we have 2 weeks, but anyhow, though it's been a little bit longer ago than our typical meeting time, I think Ed explained quite well that this is something that our insurance carrier said we needed to add to where it's employees, when they're on the phone operating the city vehicle, that they need to do it. It needs to be done hands-free. Is that about right, Ed? If there's a
Yes,
need
that's
for
correct.
cell phone use, it needs to be hands-free. I think is what it's going to say.
That's correct.
Okay. Comments or questions about that, council? Any
Matter of
comment?
safety.
Yes, sir?
It's a matter of safety.
Mm-hmm. Right. All right. Mr. Stacy, seeing no comment, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
Peachy.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. Next item up for final is ride-sharing applications, and this is read by Councilman Harrington.
This is ordinance 41 of 2023, an ordinance to amend Chapter 31 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Natchitoches in order to allow for the operation of ride-sharing applications in compliance with the statutes and regulations of the state of Louisiana, and otherwise provide with respect thereto. And this has been introduced previously, and I move to adopt ordinance 41 of 2023.
Second.
Yeah, we discussed, kind of tied in a different way to what was stated about this previous one. It's a matter of safety, especially being a college town. I think we connected that the owners who wish to develop this type of ride sharing want to do it with that mindset, mainly focusing on our college students. I guess it wouldn't be exclusive to them, but it could be something certainly if they need this particular service at a night out, I guess.
Right.
Yep. Any other comment? Any comment or question here?
No, I've gotten, and I'm sure you have too, gotten letters in reference to this particular matter about providing transportation for college students in this town on a night out. And, yeah.
Right.
Which is much
Certainly.
needed, yeah,
Yeah, no doubt.
for safety
100%.
purposes.
100%. Certainly. We've gone through a master plan process, and that's something we've looked at as well, even as the bike and pedestrian plan was developed, kind of how can we tie in on some of those ideas. So, yeah, this is, certainly doesn't hurt, right? Doesn't hurt. Any other comment here? All right, seeing none, Mr. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes,
Harrington,
Yes.
PT.
Yes. All right, that motion carries.
Mayor, I'm not sure if I heard, maybe I missed it. Did I give a motion in a second? No.
no.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I think I
yeah,
said.
Harrington and
And I
then,
think
I second
PG.
it.
Okay, I'm sorry, maybe I missed it.
Was it?
No, Harrington read.
Oh, Harrington, you
Who read?
you didn't make the motion? You didn't make the motion?
I seconded, Harrington read it, didn't you?
yeah, you did and you.
He
Oh.
read it, but
And I seconded.
Maybe I didn't.
He read it, but didn't.
two lawyers that thought, we don't.
He read it, but didn't make the motion.
Maybe I did.
Yes, he did make a
Yeah, that's
motion.
right.
Okay.
Okay, well, make the motion again then.
I'm sorry, just to clear the record, yeah, because I guess we all confused. I move to adopt ordinance 41 of 2023.
Second.
All right. Motion made and seconded. We're good? We don't have to vote on it again. We just need to clear that up? Okay. All right, good. Okay, next item, Councilwoman Washington Eli.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 042 of 2023, an ordinance amending the 2023 budget to reflect of additional revenue and expenditures. And this is read on the last meeting. I move to adopt ordinance number 042 of 2023.
One second.
We got a motion and a second on that one? All right. These budget amendments, you may recall one of them is related to work done at the park, at Richardson Park. What else do we have here, Clarissa, on this
And the other
budget?
one was for the engineering services fees for the roundabout.
For the roundabout as
Yes,
well
sir.
on Texas Street,
Yes, sir.
right? So that's primarily what these budget amendments are. Any comment or question here? All right, Mrs. Stacy, seeing none, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries also. Next item is dealing with the American Rescue Plan allocation, and is read by Councilman Nielsen.
This is for final and ordinance number 43 of 2023, and an ordinance to designate funds from the American Rescue Plan to complete the construction of certain properties in the city of Natchitoches that are essential to public health and welfare, and to otherwise provide with respect thereto. And this is basically the John Deere building on Texas Street. Get Public Works in there.
Right. And I think we, 732,000, I believe, bid. We had allocated about 550, so that's the difference, right? And that we're asking to go to American Rescue Plan to get the difference for that. If you've driven by there anytime, last week, you've seen they basically have done a lot of the demolition work, so pretty much got it torn up pretty good, so, so moving forward with the project.
That's good.
Any comments or questions here about that?
Mayor, do we have like a timetable on when they'll be able to get in the building, the Public Works Department? Just in the timetable.
We all met for a little kickoff. I haven't seen the I don't remember seeing the documents, but no, Ed and Donald, y'all were there
Mayor, I
referring
don't
to
remember
PT's
for
question.
sure. I think it's later into the spring, closer, April or May before they're looking.
Yeah, I remember that
at it.
6 month, I remember
Yeah.
6 months being something that we're working with, so. 6-month time frame to get it complete, and then in that process of time, we'll try to think about how we can, move Public Works from where they are. Some pretty good momentum going over there. I think some of you, it's a private investment, but the L.A. Johnson building, some people have commented on the work that's going on there, which I think is quite amazing, so.
Looking good.
Right, good deal. Okay, seeing no comment. Did we have a,
Make a motion to approve ordinance number 43 of 2023.
Second.
did we have it already? Yeah, we did, okay. All right, motion made and seconded. Mrs. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. The next couple items are for introduction, all right? And the first one that's being introduced here is read by Councilman PT.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 046 of 2023, an ordinance authorizing a franchise for the operation of horseless carriage business within the city limits of the city of Natchitoches, in favor of both confirming the terms of the franchise conditions and considerations for said franchise, and authorizing the mayor to execute the said franchise agreement on behalf of the city. And this is for introduction only.
All right, what this is, council and audience, is there's a downtown business that wants to do a horseless carriage. And it's Ron Bolton. I think we know he owns the venue and the loft. So I guess to kind of complement what he's doing, especially with the venue, their weddings, receptions, things like that, people might want to do a carriage route of some sort. So just an amenity that he can offer. There is an existing business, but of course it's not horseless. This one will be horseless. And of course this one, the one we have now, is horse-drawn. So yeah, really, Tommy and Ron have been in conversation and working up and drafting this particular franchise agreement. So Ron will be here at the next meeting. He wants to do a presentation for us. So, but I don't know if you got any comments or concerns. I can certainly relay. I will say that Tommy brought up on the forefront about parking, because I know parking, especially at certain times, could be certainly a premium in downtown, and just talked about what the horse-drawn carriage has done, which is kind of move spots, couldn't take up, too many spots, things like that. And the same expectation will be here.
How many?
Well, he verbalized 2. But we also expressed that, it really wouldn't be feasible for 2 to hold, parking spots at the same time, So if you've got 2, maybe have 1 parked at the business behind. If you've got a parking spot, he's got a parking spot back there to do that. So that's been expressed to him, so we could maximize and use as many parking spots as we can, things of that nature.
I was going to ask that question because there is parking in the back, so it could be
Right.
utilized for that purpose. Is it a pickup and a drop-off?
Yeah, I
type
think a pickup,
situation?
if they're getting married,
Yeah.
let's say at the event center, and they want to, or let's say at First Baptist, and the folks who got married want to use the venue as a spot, then he would have some package where they could do the horseless carriage to the venue as a reception.
Is it electric or gas powered?
Look electric, huh?
I want to say he mentioned electric in the conversation.
Because that's
The
going to
ordinance
involve
says that.
charging.
The ordinance says that too? Yeah.
Ordinance says electric,
Howard.
power.
He's probably going to
Battery
have to park behind this building.
Especially when he's charging it up.
Yep.
Yep, so, but again, look forward to him being here on the 28th so that he could, explain that. But I certainly have contact, and if there are questions like some of these, I'm going to relay those as well to him tonight, okay?
It's a cute little buggy.
Right. Okay, all right, so that's being introduced. Next item on the agenda is read by Councilman Harrington, dealing with KTBS camera.
I don't think he has a.
I have the
Okay.
introduction,
Oh, just a little piece?
yeah. I
Gotcha.
just have title only. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, okay. This is ordinance 47 of 2023. This is an ordinance approving the terms and form of a lease agreement between the City of Natchitoches, State of Louisiana, and KTBS LLC, a Louisiana Limited Liability Company, and authorizing the execution thereof by the mayor of the City of Natchitoches, State of Louisiana, and further providing with respect thereto. And this is, the city wishes to enter a lease agreement with KTBS for the purposes of facilitating the installation of a video camera on city property, which is a public purpose. I'm sorry, bear with me. Yeah, and this, that really covers this for introduction only. Just that, if you want to go into detail where the specific property is located.
Okay, I will. I think
What is
that-
it for again?
So this is a tower cam that KTBS does. If you ever watch their, particularly during the weather, they used to have one on Northwestern's campus. I'm trying to think, there may be Mansfield up there. They have some different, McCurtain County, I think, may have some. They may have I think there's a tower cam that they're using now on the interstate in Shreveport. So this one will be focused on the downtown Riverbank stage. And it's just a matter of while they're doing the news, the meteorologist is out, he may say, "Look, beautiful day in Natchitoches." Oh, we got a lot of activity. Looks like they got the farmers market going on. Or if it's Jazz Fest, or if it's Christmas Festival. So it's sort of a way to give us some publicity,
Advertising.
especially as we have, these different events going on throughout the year. So we sort of, I know Alex had a conversation with Jill Leo, who's over the HDBA
I did.
Association. I think she's made some comments.
Yeah, and she was on board with it. KTBS was actually trying to put the cameras up late last week, and we wanted to reduce it to writing. So I discussed it with them and asked them, we just put it in the lease agreement. Although we're using their equipment, we want to make sure that the city is protected just in case of damage. So we put this legislation late. That's why it wasn't completely on there. We should have a complete lease agreement signed and executed, at least authorized by KTBS, and to leave just the mayor to sign it once the council approved at the next meeting.
When you say lease agreement, are they paying us or we're paying them? Or what?
Yeah, they paying us a nominal fee.
Nominal.
Right. They're just using,
Yeah,
just.
but it's good publicity for that.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's designed to, whoever's watching them to say, hopefully to help to drive some, I don't know how we can quantify it or put it in numbers, but on that live kind of program, maybe push some people our way. So hopefully we'll see some increased traffic. And I know Steve is working with them to see the optimal spot where it should go, and Jill is a part of that conversation
That's great,
as well.
great.
Free advertising.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. All right, so again, that'll be up for vote in 2 weeks, but that's basically what the tower cam would do. And you might want to watch KTBS or something like that to kind of get a feel of what it is. But they certainly want to be here in Natchitoches, and I can understand why. I mean, it's no place like Natchitoches.
No place.
All right, so we have next, those two again, just introduction, be voted on next, in 2 weeks. The next three are resolutions, with the first of these resolutions being read by Councilman PT.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 072 of 2023, a resolution designating Friday, September 1st, 2023, as an official holiday for the employees of the City of Natchitoches for the year 2023. Whereas the Mayor and City Council of the City of Natchitoches appreciate the hard work of the Natchitoches City employees, and whereas to show appreciation for the dedicated efforts of our city employees, the Mayor and the Natchitoches City Council wish to declare Friday, September the 1st, 2023, as an official city holiday for 2023. I so move that we adopt resolution number 072.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All right, this is something that is certainly not new to us. All of us have seen this before. It's been going on for some time now. Is it called the Employee Appreciation Day, is that what we call it typically? All right, so to basically give a long weekend tied into Labor Day, so this would be September 1st, and then Labor Day would be that Monday, September 4th. All right, any comment about this particular resolution?
Praying for no water breaks over the holiday.
Oh, man, oh, come on, talk to us. He's talking about those water lines that we've been having. Texas Street, Jefferson Street as well. So they can just enjoy their,
Enjoy, stay home and
just
enjoy their
enjoy it, so
family.
you want it to come out. Look, while you're praying for that, pray for some rain too, right, Matt?
Well,
Pray for some
yeah.
rain.
That too.
You know, so that's what we think will help while we're having some of these issues. And I know Matt's crew has been working on that Jefferson Street, and we hope to get it open sometime tomorrow, I think, right? I mean, it's on University.
Now, we're going to pour some concrete tomorrow and fix the curb, so it may, DOTD may not let us open it till Wednesday.
Okay, till Wednesday. And I do appreciate law enforcement. They were out today at school time, directing traffic, so I'll get a debrief as to how that was. There were people who recommended that needed to happen, but we'll see if it really needed to happen because it's really hot outside, you know, so anyhow. But we do have a motion on. No additional comment about this particular motion? All right, Mrs. Stacy, seeing none, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda is a resolution. It's another step in the process for our lead service line replacement, which of course we, under federal mandate, I believe, as all municipalities are. So this is just another step in the process, and I think there were some things that needed to be changed as well. And this is read by Councilwoman at-large Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 073 of 2023 is a resolution designating Ronnie Williams Jr. Mayor as the official project representative for the lead service line replacement loan through the Louisiana Department of Health, LDH Office of Public Health, OPH, Agency for the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund. Whereas the city of Natchitoches is in need of improvements pertaining to its lead service line replacement and is requesting funding from the Louisiana Drinking Water Revolving Loan Fund through the bipartisan infrastructure law lead service line replacement program. Whereas the mayor and the council of the city of Natchitoches deem it in the best interest of the city of Natchitoches and its citizens to seek and apply for the loan. Now therefore be resolved, Ronnie Williams Jr. Mayor is hereby designated as the official project representative and is hereby given signature authority for all relative documents for the city of Natchitoches for any project that may result from the submission of the loan application form 100A and accompanying documents. Further be it resolved that the mayor and the council of the city of Natchitoches authorize EJES as the official designee and applicant's agent and authorize them to make proper online application to the Louisiana Department of Health, Office of Public Health, and that loan administrator and or the designee be authorized to assist with the application, and the mayor and the council of the city of Natchitoches, Louisiana, be authorized to accept the EPA funding if awarded, and the mayor and the council of the city of Natchitoches of Louisiana be authorized to execute said funding offer, funding agreement, and other documents that may of necessity be executed in the implementation of this initiative, and that the loan administrator and of the designee be authorized to administer and implement the funding. And I move for adoption of resolution number 073 of 2023.
I second.
Motion made and seconded. Again, this is, came from the bipartisan infrastructure law, I believe, that was passed in 2021. Basically mandates municipalities to inspect at some point their lead service lines for, what is it for? Not, what are we looking for here?
They're just mandating that we inspect all service lines in the city of Natchitoches to identify any that might be made out of lead.
Lead, there we go. That's what it is, lead. Oh, yeah, lead service line. Okay. All right, any comments or questions here? Okay. Mrs. Stacy, seeing none, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes. All right, that motion carries. Last item on the agenda is a resolution, and is read by Councilman Harrington.
This is Resolution 74 of 2023, a resolution approving a temporary site license with new singular wireless PCS and authorizing the mayor of the city of Natchitoches, Ronnie Williams Jr., to execute same on behalf of the city of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Whereas the city of Natchitoches has negotiated a temporary site license with new singular wireless PCS, which will allow Singular to temporarily locate communications, transmitting, and receiving equipment on property of the city of Natchitoches. And whereas further, the agreement would provide for improved communications for citizens of and visitors to the city of Natchitoches during a period of increased tourism from October 15th, 2023 through January 10th, 2024. I move to adopt Resolution 74 of 2023.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Steve, is there anything? I think this kind of something, it's not you? Who is this? No?
I don't know who it would be. I think Ed at one time had a part of it and Randy, but basically we're not leasing to them, it's just an agreement that they could come put their tower up at the utility department. And they pay us, well, they increased it, they were paying us $5,000 for that time period, but now it's $5,500. So, and it's just to boost I think all the people that,
During the festival?
yes.
This is the
yes,
festival deal,
this is-
okay.
Yes, so this
Right,
is the
right.
Christmas festival.
Gotcha. Comments about this?
Yeah, I think it helps
Yeah.
our first responders and everybody,
Yeah.
so.
Mayor, if I could, I'd clarify, about 6, 7 years ago, when no one would be able to get cell service on those timeframes, too many people in town, was the first time they put up a temporary system. That may have been 1 or 2 years. They then came in and put a permanent system, hard-wired system that they tie into when they get here that remains on site. And they come every year and plug up.
Okay. And I guess it does help somewhat, better than what it's been.
Yeah.
It definitely
Better to have it
helps.
than to not have it, basically. Okay. Any comment about this particular resolution? Okay, seeing none, Mrs. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes. All right, that motion carries as well. Our next meeting is on the 28th, which is 2 weeks from today, of course. Obviously, we've got a lot of activity going on the Go Natchitoches app, so just you look at that as often as you possibly can to know what's happening, because there are things that are going on. But I think a lot of people just don't really know about it, and that Go Natchitoches app helps to know. Regroup, again, we've been blessed to not have to use it as much, or not so much in a major disaster situation. We have used it last week, like on Saturday when we had the water line issue on Jefferson. And, so I think that's why some people might have gotten some water. Discolored water, was that some of it?
Yeah, it's typical when you have a line burst and you have a lot of flow in an area that typically doesn't have that much flow.
It affects the pressure too, overall, too, that.
Yes.
Yeah, so some people may have experienced that. And again, like Matt has explained to me, it's because of the persistent, by the way, we're under a state of emergency because of the excessive heat, but because of the excessive heat, and, it's affecting the underground pipes, is what I understand now, and causing them for there to be a break in the pipes. So.
Yeah, the ground's just shrinking and drawing up, and it puts pressure on those old pipes, and it just snaps them.
Yep. So it's really nothing we could do but respond to it if it happens, and that's why we say pray for rain if you believe in prayer. So pray for rain to come down. All right, I think we have a few more. So you get those, and you're able to get those to your phone. All right. Looks like there's a ribbon cutting for something here. What is that? Cyro Studio and Med Spa? So that's happening on the 17th, which is Thursday from 4:30 to 7 p.m. So if you're able to go to that ribbon cutting, please do that. What else we got up here, Steve? Bad Art Night, okay, that's on adult bad art, so come create a masterpiece that is supposed to look bad. Interesting, all right? So where is that held, Steve?
I think the library.
That's at the library on the third floor meeting room. They always have stuff going on at the library, so,
It's great,
yeah.
great project.
So again, look at that app. And then CASA is celebrating 20 years. They are focused on abused children. That
Are they having a
acronym, what is that
program this year?
acronym? Yeah, court-appointed special advocates, there we go. All right, so yeah, really good organization, and they're having their 20-year celebration on
Are they
this
having a
Friday.
reception? And normally, I don't see, can't see that. Is it a reception? Because they normally have one. There is a reception, okay.
Tied to this, okay. I know it's on the Go Natchitoches app. It's showing up a little big here. All right, let's see what else we got, Steve. Than I think it normally does. What is this, Painting for Kids, Tuesday, August 22nd. Also, this is at the library. So they've got, like I said, you're always gonna have some activities going on. They even specify ages 8 to 12. So, again, all this is on the app. We just pulled it from there. What else we got? I know we got one or two more. All right, you got the Zydeco Festival. That should be on the app tomorrow. But the Zydeco Festival taking place on Labor Day weekend. Yeah, that's Labor Day weekend. So they've got, looks like Lil Nate coming. Is that Lil Nathan?
Yeah.
You got DJ Rob Real coming, Marcus Artawan coming. So again, Friday night and Saturday. Friday is free. Saturday, there's a cost to it. But like I said, you're going to get some really good music and everything. And they've got their sponsors listed down below. So looking for a really, really fun time. Chief Collins, anything else to say about that? Because I know the Magnolia.
Last year, we got
Put it on.
rained out, so hopefully it won't rain this year.
Yeah, that would be the weekend.
Did we
They
miss
have
anything?
several bands that'll be performing, including the headliner, Little Nate. They plan to have a good time on Friday and on Saturday. They also have a poker run that they normally do on that Saturday morning, and they plan to, since it's the Cane River Zydeco Festival, they plan to ride the river. So it'll be good times. Good, come on out.
All right. So look forward to being there. All right. And I think that's one more, Steve. We have the Meat Pie Festival as well in September. That 21st annual is on the 16th. They always have a lot of great rides and everything like that, and it's totally free to do that. And they do actually have meat pies. You go to some festivals. I went to the Crawfish Festival. Where's that, down in Pro Bridge or somewhere? You really couldn't find any crawfish. So, I mean, our festivals at least have what they say they're going to have, you know. So, but again, a lot of things going on. Download the Go Natchitoches app. So, anything else, Council? Okay, being that there's nothing else, we're at this time, here a motion to adjourn.
Mayor, I so move that we adjourn.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, folks. Have a great night.